Hi there, this is, hopefully you can see me in there. This is Pack from Down Under. Just doing another cooking day, and I will put a lot of it just on in shorts and photos. But I'm about to put another log in my stove and do another meal, and thought I'll just bring you along just for this little bit. Okay. So there's the stove. I've got some chicken Marylands in there. So got my wood in here. Just throw another log in there. And get that stoked up. And find my little thingy. No, find my little handle, right? And shut up with that. Sometimes it's not real hot. Right, now, oven. I've already got in here some bones that are slow cooked overnight. Right, so there's all the beautiful juices and stuff in there. And in this one, you can see in the shorts that I put up soon, or well, later today, that this was the other half of the diced beef that I had, and that's just slowly cooking, and I will decide what I'm going to do with it. I could make pies out of it, or you know, do a potato mash or something and just have it with that. So that's just slowly cooking in there. So what I got, well, there, you know, spices, stuff I got out, bit of flour, right? And they're just a few spices that I've used today. Kitchen's a mess, as per normal. But as you know, I don't care. Laptop there, I've been, you know, busy doing stuff. But what I've got here, what I'm about to do, is I've got some chicken pieces there, right? So I'm going to coat them and put them in with, I'll do some carrot, do some mushroom, and throw some beans in, and I've got a couple of onions left. So that'll make another meal, and I'll start on the top of the stove, right? So I'll start, and this, while that one's cooking, I can put this one just here. That tallow or lard, that's tallow. Couldn't be bothered going back out to the fridge and getting some lard. I had tallow here from cooking the beef, so this is fine. So that can just slowly melt, and I'll throw the chicken in there once I coat it. So all I'm going to do, and hopefully you can still see what I'm doing here. We'll see. Oh, anyway, what I'm going to do is grab the chicken. It's all still in the bag from the butcher yesterday. Just rip that open, throw in some flour, throw in some spices. Haven't decided which ones I'll put in here yet, and then I'll chop all of these up and then put them in. So the other thing I did earlier was a slow pot roast, but I did the same thing. had the baking dish on the top of the stove, put in the meat that had spices and the flour, fried that up and browned it a bit, and then added the vegetables in the fry pan, some beef stock that I made the other week, and that'll slowly cook in the pot roast. As you can see, my oven's already full, but with this other one I'll just slow cook it on the top. So there's my kitchen table, a bit of a mess, but it'll get cleaned up soon. It's not too bad, but I'll get this going and put it all in video, in pictures, in shorts for later. Alright, so that's me. Taking it easy today. Well, I was going to have a day off, but I went for a drive yesterday, stopped at the butcher, got a bit more meat, and thought, well, seeing that I've got a day off, I will do that today and get that underway, and then I'm right. So actually, some of that I may end up canning. You know, once they're cooked, even as they are now, the pot roast, I can put them in jars if I wanted to, and put it in water. And because they're hot, it's hot in a hot pot roast, in a container. Because it's hot, I would then put them into hot sterilised jars, and then put them into hot water, pot of hot water to the top of the jars. Or some people put them just under the lid. Some like to cover the lid. I don't like to cover the lid because, if one's not tight enough or whatever, some of the water can go into those. So I do it just under. And for meat, water bathing, you need 3 hours. So bring it to the boil, and then just let it just simmer. Just watch it in case you needed to add some more boiling water to it. Kettle hot water. And so I may do that. So I've got them in jars. So I don't, because I've only got one freezer, and it's only an upright freezer. It's actually that behind me. You can see that. And so I'll decide what I'm doing with that one in the oven. The broth and stuff, bones, that meat and that broth will go towards the dogs. I'll make another stew up for them. Finished their chicken one yesterday, so I've got to add some stuff to that. Might add some carrots and beans and a bit of rice and stuff to that broth where the bones are, and they'll have a stew for the week. So I just thought I'd just tell you what I'm doing, but you will see it all in stages, in photos, and I'll add them later separately in a short or something, because I don't know how to clip them or edit or any of that stuff. I think I got all of that stuff on my photo thing, how to edit and do all that stuff on my computer, on my old laptop, but it's an old dinosaur, so I can't be bothered. And you either can't be bothered to watch me to the end, that's fine, that's up to you, you don't get to learn everything, or you can just watch the shorts, which just go for a minute or two. But that's me. So that taro now is just starting to cook a little bit in that corner there. Not sure if you can see it, but and they're starting to smell really nice. And they've got a bit of sesame and few sauces blended on them. I'll just give them a turn. and one of them will be my lunch, dinner. Depends on what time I get to eat. As to, you know, especially when I'm cooking, I don't get to do a lot. But I did stop for a cup of tea and a pear and apple muffin that I put in the oven and warmed up. So, and that was delicious. So, alright, so that's me. I'll throw the chicken in here and then some onions, carrots, beans, and then that may just slow cook on the top here. There you can see that the tallow is you know, now completely melted. Okay, and there's my stove. And the wide shot. I've got all cooking. Yeah, put that. I've got to stop walking around with stuff in my hand because I take it to different places, and then when I go looking for it, I've got to find it. And that's right, I put it here. This is just scraps from peelings, and had a bit of bread, a piece of toast I didn't finish. Puppies, one's over there, that's Luna over there. So, and this one's April. She's my protector, follows me around. Luna's a gentle giant. So they just like to be in the kitchen, be around me, especially if there's, you know, they may get something out of it. So there's the fire. This bag here is for me, all the potash. So in the bottom, all the ash goes. So that's all the ash that falls out of there, goes into there, and then I just put it in the bag. Now that you can use for your garden, you can use to preserve, right? So you get a container and put some potash in it, put your apples, your onions, lots of different things. You can actually use the potash. So put some on the bottom, then separate your apples or whatever it is that you're putting in there, and then cover it with the potash, and that will preserve your fruit. So you can do that way. And then that bag just got some of the big pieces of charcoal, and charcoal you can either use that yourself. Charcoal's very good for you, helps to get rid of worms and different stuff, and it's very good for you. And they're just my bags of wood. Get them from a local fella in a, well, not local, got to drive for him. Just a very small town. They just do it for the Country Women's Association, so I support him and them. But yeah, that's me. Okay, have a good day. I'll finish doing this and then I'll sit down because everything will then slow cook for the rest of the day while I'm sitting on my bum. And that's I'll sit down and watch a movie and I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 things out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things out here cooking, nice and slow. Right? So that's what you do in the morning, and I don't even know what time it is, but probably only about morning tea time. And on a Sunday here in Australia, in the outback. So enjoy your day, be kind to people, remember to smile, and Creator's got this, so just remember that, alright? You're never alone. None of you are never alone. I'm never lonely, right? Live alone, never lonely. Yeah? Get that in your heart, get it in your brain, get it in your thoughts, get it in your mind, and your soul, and remember, nobody has authority over you. Nobody. They think they do, but they don't. Local councils don't have authority past the nature strip. That's where their authority ends, right? If police don't have a proper Crown Court signed warrant, they can't come on your property. They think they can, right? Council think they can. They all think they have authority over your property. They don't. Nobody has authority over your property or over you, right? So stick with the Creator. Stick with yourself. Take responsibility for yourself. Don't wait for somebody to come and save you. Don't wait for the government to save you. Don't wait for a doctor to save you. Don't wait for family to save you. Do it yourself. Take responsibility. Like we used to be able to do in the good old days. Yes, I'm saying the good old days, right? Because there weren't handouts, even though I'm on a benefit, right? You know, getting a bit old out here. Well, not old, just maturing that little bit, right? Bit wiser. But yeah, you know, it's just remember, the buck stops with you. For everything that happens to you, the buck stops with you. Nobody else, right? Take responsibility, get the backbone, and do what needs to be done. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. All right, pack out. I'll get back to this chicken and do what I've got to do. So then in about half an hour's time, I'm done for the day. And I've got 5 meals cooked. Well, 5 lots of meals. And most of them, well, the pot roast will maybe have 10 meals in there. What's in the oven will have, well, the dog stew, and then the other one's probably a good 4 or 5 meals. And then I've got the 2 Marylands cooking. So that's me. And then the chicken, well, that's a couple of kilos, what's that, about 4 pounds in the old scale. 4 pound of chicken pieces. So, you know, a couple of pieces a meal. You've got plenty, right? So, enjoy your day, or night, or evening, middle of the night, whenever you watch it, or from whatever country you're watching it at. But we're all on the same plane, this beautiful earth, and we're all creatures of God, unless you're the ones that don't have a soul, right? But enjoy life. Take care. I'll go back to my stove, my chicken, and turn that before I burn it. And then I'm out of here. There you go, look at that. Beautiful. Alright. That is beautiful. It's smelling delicious. And I'll take that off, and that can slow cook the rest of the way. I'll move it to the side, throw this chicken in here, and see you another time. Much love. Bye.